Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you hear it, but I hear it in my brain, and it's the CBS March Madness theme song. Yes, that is right. It's college basketball from the moment you enter class at 12 to the moment you go to bed at night. It is March Madness, and we are here to talk about some of the best bracket busters that you guys might not pick, but we're picking them, and we're going to tell you why. And we're going to start with JJ. JJ, you're picking against a team that's really good in Providence, the Big East team that had all this hype, but didn't live up to it. And you got a really sleeper here.
Yeah, Providence. Listen, everyone knows how Providence's flaw is luck. Everyone likes to make the joke. They're just lucky. The guy on Twitter who did a coin flip bracket, Providence won that because of course they did. They're lucky. It's what they do. And, you know, I'm not going to discredit them. They win games. That's fine. I'm not against winning close games. But at some point, the luck has to run out, and I'm taking South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. It's a cool mascot, and if you're a fan of mascot brackets, you can like them. And I think the Jackrabbit mascot is very appropriate because it fits their tempo perfectly. This team plays at 1,000,000 miles per hour. They play hyperspeed. They're 16th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They make their shots. They are the 24th in the lowest turnover rate, which I think is very important. You know, if you're upset, if you're looking to pull off an upset, you can't be giving the team the ball. And I think they're very good at keeping the ball safe as well as playing a tempo, which I think is, you know, it's interesting because, you know, you look at an upset. Traditionally, teams want to slow it down. They want to play the game at their pace. South Dakota State's going to want to push the tempo. They're going to want to go as fast as they can. And I think Providence probably isn't ready for that. You know, in the Big East, you don't play a lot of teams that are looking to, you know, press the advantage, go full out, all speed, full speed ahead. I think that's something that South Dakota State is going to surprise them a bit. And if they go on a run, they can take control of this game early. South Dakota State's defense isn't the best, but if they can take control of this game early, they won't need to worry about that.
Interesting about the Friars comment about not being a good nickname. I think it's pretty good. But we'll switch over to you. A number 3 seed going down here? What are we talking about, Kieran?
So I'm not saying that they're going to go down, but I think that Texas Tech is a pretty vulnerable team here. You know, it's always dangerous to pick a team that cannot score very easily. Texas Tech is a great defensive team, if not the best defensive team in the country, but they just can't shoot from 3, and they can't knock down free throws. And I think that if they get past Montana State, then they could go a pretty long way. But I think it's dangerous to pick them because of this first-round matchup. Now, Montana State, they're a good team out of the Big Sky. We saw the team Eastern Washington last year out of the Big Sky give Kansas some trouble. And so, you know, these conferences are familiar with each other. But I think that Montana State has a good chance at knocking down Texas Tech if they can hit their outside shots and limit turnovers. Now, Texas Tech turns a lot of teams over. Montana State is not great at taking care of the ball, pretty much middle of the pack. But if they can take care of those turnovers, I think Montana State could be, you know, a pretty big upset watch on Texas Tech.
Yeah, and they have the West region. They can rock and roll. The next game they would play would maybe be Notre Dame or Rutgers or Alabama, depending on that play-in against Rutgers and Notre Dame, and then winner of Alabama. So definitely something interested to see there. And then for my team, I got to go with it. I'm a New England guy at heart. I'm a New England guy all the way through. It's going to be the Vermont Catamounts. The Vermont Catamounts are absolutely phenomenal. They run the American East. When you say, who's your CEO? You're going to say Vermont. Vermont is kicking butt right now. They have a 36% chance to upset by ESPN. And they're one of the few teams that I really like. Their defense leads to offense. I think this is a really strong team in their defense. Their D is solid at the 3. And, may I ask what you think Arkansas might do at the 3?
Presumably not keep up with Vermont if we're going to go with this pick.
They are correct. They cannot keep up with them, and they can't defend it really well. So I got Vermont by 1,000,000 here. I think it's not even going to be a close game. I think it's just going to be a flat-out, outright win here for the Catamounts. And then, sadly, I have the Catamounts losing to UConn next because I just think UConn's going to come out there. They're going to be all in the hype of Arkansas. We see it constantly. We saw it in the UMBC game when they beat Virginia. I think they're one and done, and that's going to be it. But that's what you got here. We got some really good bracket busters. We got South Dakota State and the Jackrabbits. We got Texas Tech, who's going to fall, ultimately, to the Bobcats of Montana State, and then the Catamounts. So stay right here, and we'll see you on the other side. Continue watching March Madness.